Chug Jug with You is a phenomenal artistic masterpiece held to the same musical regard as Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and Kanye's seminal masterpiece,
Redacted.
In Paris. This is truly a song for the generation. However, after examining the lyrics of this piece quite a bit, many have pointed out the seeming inaccuracies in the events portrayed by the song. The singer claims to have 10 kills on the board right now, just wiped out Tomato Town, a very cruel and twisted fate for Tomato Town, but one necessary for that sweet victory royale. But he continues to say, "My friend just got downed, I revived him, now we're heading southbound. Southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets." Look at the map, go to the mark sheet. But if the singer was in Tomato Town, as he claimed, southbound would not be Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park is very clearly to the west of Tomato Town. So what exactly happened in this game? Was this game even real in the first place? Some even go as far as to say that the Tomato Town massacre never even happened, and they may be onto something. But if this game really did happen, if Tomato Town truly was wiped out, what did this game look like? There's obviously a lot to unpack here. Such a beloved piece of media being put on trial for such deceit and slander. It's quite despicable. But if we are to run this trial fairly, we must first figure out what version of Fortnite this game is taking place on. The song was uploaded to YouTube in December of 2018, placing it between Season 6 and 7. However, neither of these versions of the game could actually work because the map is missing Tomato Town, which has been replaced with Tomato Temple. It also lacks Moisty Mire, which is heavily referenced in the chorus. But it is possible that this game was in Season 5, as the time it would have taken to write and record such a masterpiece of a song would have slowed the song's release. This version still has Tomato Town, but still lacks Moisty Mire. But this is okay, because the original chorus of the song was actually adapted from an older bit by the channel CM Skits, uploaded in September of 2018, giving Leviathan, the creator of the song we know and love, enough time to play the game that inspired this song. Later in verse 3, he mentions the ATK, which was added in Season 5, further solidifying this as the time period for this particular match. Now that we have determined the map, let's look through the other verses to see if we can get any clues as to what happened in this match. I believe that this song gives us an accurate depiction of a real match that actually happened, and I will prove to you with the evidence provided by the lyrics how this game actually went down. The first line, "We got a #1 victory royale," leads me to believe that this game in question was a win. In verse 2, it appears the friend who got downed in the previous verse was in need of heals. There was likely a fight at or around Pleasant Park. His friend said, "Hey broski, you got some heals and a shield pot? I need healing and I'm only at 1 HP, to which the singer replied, "Hey dude, sorry, I found nothing on this safari." Nothing on this safari. "I checked the upstairs of that house, but not the underneath yet. There's a chest that's down there. The storm is coming fast and you need heals to prepare." I found nothing on this safari. It's a weird phrase to use. It implies that the singer was on an expedition of some sort, almost like he had traveled across the map. And then obviously you have the storm closing in, pushing the pair away from Pleasant Park. We can disregard the chorus because it references an older version of the game and was created before the actual song. Verse 3, however, brings some more confusing information to the table. It starts with, "Can we get a win this weekend? Take me to Loot Lake," completely ignoring the chorus, which explicitly says, "Take me to Moisty Mire, but not Loot Lake." Verse 3 continues, "Let's change the game mode so we can disco dominate. Let's hop in an ATK. Take me to the zone. I'm running kind of low on mats. I need to break some stone." Dressed in all his fancy clothes, he's got Renegade Raider, and he's probably a pro. "He just shot my back. I turn back and I attack. I just got a victory royale." A victory royale. So in this game, the beginning drop was at Loot Lake, and the game itself includes riding in an ATK to the zone, collection of stone mats, and the final kill being on a Renegade Raider. Now, if this is the same match, this could clear up a lot of the confusion and give us a more clear order of events. However, the verse starts with the line, "Can we get a win this weekend?" which implies that this is another game entirely. But due to the wording of the question, I don't want to write it off just yet. This is often something that I would hear after a long streak of losing. Can we get a win this weekend? But if he really is a pro Fortnite gamer, he wouldn't lose as much. And as we know, the game from the beginning was a win. So could that game from the beginning be the win talked about this weekend? It's hard to say for sure. And what's more, the teammate in verse 3 is referred to in the second person rather than the third person, like in verse 1 and 2. So what we will do is create two separate models of this game to explain exactly what happened. One acknowledging verse 3 and one going entirely off of verse 1 and 2. What we know for sure is that the singer was at these two locations at some point in the game, Tomato Town and the area above Pleasant Park. Assuming verse 3 is a different game, it is likely that the pair landed at Lazy Links, which just so happened to have an abundance of ATKs. However, it could have been any of the areas surrounding Tomato Town. This is a very controversial opinion, I know, but it's unlikely that every kill was from Tomato Town because the song states 10 kills on the board right now just wiped out Tomato Town. So if we're assuming that the squad was wiping out places as they went, they would have racked up a few kills before ever entering Tomato Town. Tomato Town was never a popular enough drop to elicit such a high number of players, but the surrounding areas were newer additions at the time, meaning more people were more likely to land in the vicinity. So with this information in mind, the team likely wiped out Lazy Links, Rusty Reels, or Dusty Divot, then Tomato Town. But as they were finishing Tomato Town and had 10 kills on the board, they saw someone else going northwest. This chase would lead them above Pleasant Park as the circle pushed them away from the lower edge of the map. Here we have a rough idea of the path that the circle took for this game to shake out the way it did. This other player would then down the singer's teammate only to be killed, with the teammate being revived shortly after. The circle would then be getting much smaller, forcing the team to go south through Pleasant Park, where they would encounter another fight and be low on heals. From this point on, all we know is that the duo managed to win, but not what happened after the fact. The circle would have been pretty small, but it's likely there was a Chug Jug found in the chest of that house. However, if we take verse 3 into account, we can determine a much more precise pathing for this game. The drop would have been at Loot Lake, and there are several popular places here to drop: the factory, island, and houses. It's likely that the duo landed at factory as it was a very popular spot at the time, then worked their way through houses and eventually over to Lazy Links. Assuming they encountered at least one duo in each spot, they would have 6 to 8 kills on the board. From there, they would head to Tomato Town, wiping out the players there, getting a total of 10 kills, and wiping out Tomato Town. This gives credibility to the lyrics that we've heard. From there, they chased another team with ATKs to the new zone, which was the upper left of the map. Here, the teammate would be downed only to be revived and the other team killed. Stone, which was plentiful in this part of the map, would be harvested. They would then move through Pleasant Park with a now pushing circle, get in a fight which left the teammate low on 1 HP until they find a chest with a Chug Jug in it. Thus the title of the song, Chug Jug with You. From this point, the team would head back to the edge of Loot Lake, where they would be shot in the back by a Renegade Raider, who would then be turned on in an absolute epic gamer move to be killed for that epic victory royale. The exact details of each kill of this game are still up in the air. There's no clear way to know exactly how many people were actually at Tomato Town. What we do know is that there were 10 casualties on the board by the time Tomato Town was wiped out. Whether all 10 were actually in Tomato Town is highly unlikely. But there you have it. The mystery has been solved. I will take no further questions. I've been Jonny RaZeR, and I hope to see you in the next one.